In this video, we're going to make something pretty special, elderflower champagne. Join us as we unlock the art of creating this sparkly drink. Let's first head out and pick our elderflower blossoms. We only want the flowers. We can get rid of as much of the leaves as possible whilst we're picking. So to make it, we're going to begin by pouring 1 litre of water. We're going to do it in 1 litre for now, and if you want to increase that to 2, 10, 20 litres, you follow the same recipe and increase that way. We're going to put water into a jug, which is going to start our champagne. Next, we add 200 grams of white sugar to the water. You could add any sugar, but white sugar is flavourless and works really well. It'll give it a slight sweetness, but also give the yeast something to eat. We'll stir well to start to dissolve the sugar. Next, we'll squeeze the juice of half a lemon into the mixture, which will add a slightly citrus note, and it complements the elderflower really, really well. For the magic fermentation, we're going to sprinkle a tiny pinch of champagne yeast into the jug. The yeast will start to consume the sugar and create carbon dioxide and alcohol. You don't have to do this. You can just use the yeast already present on the flowers if you'd like, but it'll make the fermentation less predictable and slower, but it's completely up to you. Next, carefully pour this liquid mixture into a plastic bottle. We're going to add 2 to 4 elderflower tops to the bottle and make sure to remove any leftover green leaves. These delicate blooms will infuse their flavour and aroma over a little bit of time. We'll pop the lid on, give the bottle a really good shake, which will allow the elderflower, the yeast, and the sugar to all mix together nicely. Fit an airlock to the top. We're going to pop an airlock to the top of this bottle, which will provide a controlled environment fermentation. What the airlock does is it allows carbon dioxide to escape whilst preventing oxygen from entering. It'll ensure that we get good quality on this sparkling wine. I'll talk about the different ways of doing airlocks slightly later on. Then we'll leave the bottle at room temperature, ideally somewhere slightly warm, for approximately 10 days. During this time, this yeast is going to work its magic. It's going to be consuming sugar, producing lots of carbon dioxide, and producing alcohol. After 10 days, we're going to remove the elderflowers from the bottle and add an extra teaspoon of white sugar. This will contribute to the secondary fermentation. We're going to screw a lid on tightly here, and I always do it into plastic bottles just in case. Then we're going to allow the bottle to sit for another 2 to 4 days, which is going to give the champagne time to ferment again and become really nice and bubbly, because carbon dioxide will have nowhere to go. This secondary fermentation makes the liquid turn from still wine to fizzy wine. Now it's time to indulge in our very own homemade elderflower champagne. Pop the bottle and get on. It's delicious. You're going to absolutely love this stuff. So, airlocked, we promised. If you don't have an airlock, you can simply put a balloon over the top of the bottle, tape it on so it's really tight, and as that fills up with carbon dioxide, get to the point where it's almost going to pop, take it off, release the carbon dioxide, and tape it back on as quickly as possible. And that's it. You can do it that way as well. Perfect. Elderflower champagne. Enjoy.